Hey guys, it's Eric and I'm back here today to talk about why, after 6 seasons and counting, I'm still using Scentlok for my primary hunting clothing for this upcoming 2025 archery and rifle season. But before we get into that, if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. And for those who have already done so, thank you for helping us grow our audience. Okay, so Scentlok. Arguably one of the most polarizing companies in the hunting industry. A lot of people get on the internet and tell you it's a scam, it doesn't work, you can't beat a deer's nose, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you my experiences hunting with Scentlok. The reason I looked into Scentlok was, two reasons I looked into Scentlok initially. One, I grew up hunting in Walmart camo, and quite frankly, it really wasn't that comfortable. Tore pretty easily, wasn't very durable. It comes back to the old get what you paid for thing. So I bought a suit in 2017, and right off the bat, much more comfortable. And I'm now, before I get into this anymore, I do realize there's a lot of brands that would fit the comfortable mold right now. I'm not saying steal a comfortable brand, but comfortable, and I was getting a lot more close archery encounters than I had been in the past. In the past, any time where I was on stand, the wind switched, I could hear deer blowing, a deer coming downwind of me and spook, almost every time. Since Scentlok, have not had that happen. Now, I do still, try to hunt the predominant wind when I can, because I could make an error in my scent control that Scentlok isn't able to overcome. So I take that into account. But I've had hunts where, the wind switches on me and, I've still seen deer. But that 2017 on season, I've really noticed a difference in my encounters. Plus, I was, having clothing that held better. So 2018 and 19, I started buying more products, more suits. And in 2019, I joined the Scentlok brand ambassador team, which is now the Nexus Outdoors brand ambassador team for Scentlok, Blocker, and whitewater fishing. And I am completely satisfied with all those products, and specifically Scentlok for my bow hunting. Now, back to what I was getting to before, had deer come downwind to me, not spook, and I've had deer come on my entry trail multiple times. Now, that is with wearing treated rubber boots as well, but with my Scentlok pants. Normally, if I'm not in a swampy area, I put the pants over the boots. So my pants are brushed up against stuff, and deer are not getting alarmed, spooked by it. The buck I shot in 2021, he walked in on a trail that Dual Throw Outdoors member Derek had walked in on and went down below me for the hunt that day. Well, and Derek was wearing Scentlok and rubber boots. Deer never, 7.5-year-old mature buck, never spooked, never knew anything was up. I have so many examples of that. That's just one. But another thing is with Scentlok, activated coconut carbon. That is the big thing that really makes it work. 45 minutes in the dryer to regenerate the carbon. You can't technically reactivate activated carbon without going up super high heat temperatures that a dryer can't produce, but regenerating it, it's basically squeezing a sponge. A sponge, you squeeze the water out, you might get 90-95% of the water out, but you're not getting it 100% dry. That's the same with Scentlok. You might have some scent pores in there that, collected odors from before, but now running the dryer, you've opened up 90-95% of them. 40 hours of use typically. I typically run the conservative side of that, closer to 30. Now, if I'm in a camp in a pitch where there's no dryer, I will use my ozone bag, my Scentlok ozone bag for that. And that seems, I haven't had any issues there either, but I do prefer the dryer. Just seems to, get a little bit, it completely gets rid of the ozone bag will get rid of the exterior odors, but it's not going to reactivate the carbon. The dryer is what reactivates the carbon. So, that being said, it's been a great product for me. I kind of explained, you've seen some B-roll here of hunts where deer come by me, not spooked or anything like that. And I'm hunting mostly public land, so I'm hunting areas that are deer getting a lot of pressure. They're used to human odor, as in used to it, as in recognizing it as danger. I will say I don't believe Scentlok 100% eliminates your odor. What I do believe is it eliminates enough odor where the deer, instead of realizing you're 20 yards away and it's danger, they might think you're a quarter, half, even a mile away, and like, oh, this there's somebody way down there, but there's nobody really close enough to me for it to matter. And as I mentioned, there's a lot of brands of clothing that make quality clothing, but in addition to the scent control, you get quality. Those are two things you don't get with most companies. So, like I said, worn it since 2017, and I guess 2025 will be my 8th season with Scentlok. And I have, like I said, I've had great success with it. The best success I've had in archery hunting has been during that time. And that's, like I said, I still play the wind because I might be rushing around, and I might not deabsorb my clothing as frequently as I should. Maybe one time I might forget to spray up my boots. Usually don't, but I do make mistakes. I always regenerate my backpack. There could just be some error I make, and I take that into account with hunting the wind. So I think with hunting the wind and also my scent control with Scentlok, I'm putting myself in the best possible position to be successful every fall out in the woods. And if you're considering Scentlok, go ahead and check out www.scentlok.com. There's some great suits there. There's some stuff on clearance that save you a lot of money. And if you have any questions, drop a comment. Shoot me a private message on Instagram, Arrow and Angler, and I'd love to answer your questions about Scentlok. It's worked great for me and other hunters over the years, and I think it'll do that for you too if you give it a true, honest shot. So thanks for watching the video, and like I said, if you have any questions, drop a comment or shoot me a message.